we can think about the disparity between how we value our own accomplishments and how we value the accomplishments of others. There's a good chance that when it comes to myself, whatever it is that I have done, I value it, right? I hold on to it. I did this, right? I won this. I've succeeded here. This is my status in my company, in society, or what have we. When it comes, however, to the accomplishments of other people, oftentimes we either turn a blind eye or we discount them. And no matter how momentous they would they be our own, we do not consider them to be a big deal when they are somebody else's. So, for example, let's say that I earn a given amount per year. Let's say I earn, you know, X amount per year. Right now, there's a good chance that, of course, I want to earn more, and of course, uh, I'm envious of other people that earn more. But I give myself credit for that which I do earn. I earn more than that other person over there. I earn more than I did a few years ago. Now, let's say that I hear about a millionaire or a billionaire, and let's say I'm not one. There's a good chance that, aside from the jealousy and the envy, I'm going to say, that's no big deal. That person probably just, stole it or is given to them or whatever. That's really nothing. But if I took a moment to imagine what it would be like for me earning whatever it is that I'm earning, to be a millionaire, to be a billionaire, right? If I did that, that's all that I would talk about and think about. There's a very good chance. Let's say that uh, I've worked out at the gym and I've attained to a modest number in some or another exercise, pressing the weight off my chest, whatever it might be, squatting with it. There's a good chance that I pat myself on the shoulder for it. Good job. It's not bad. It's more than all these other guys or gals at the gym. But now, if I hear that somebody has lifted 2 times as much as I have, 3 times, 4 times, maybe more, maybe I'm like, that's really nothing. Or that person, their genetics, it was easy for them. They probably cheated. Whatever the case might be. Basically, I certainly do not react to the nose of somebody lifting that much more than me as I would react if I was the one lifting that much, and so forth and so on. I'm the manager of a small shop somewhere, and it's cool. I'm a manager, I'm a big boss. But I hear of a Fortune 500 CEO, of a leader of a nation. That's no big deal. It's nothing. I don't even, it's whatever. And so, what or should we say? Where does this disparity come from? How come we value our own accomplishments so much and those of others so little? That is, unless we're envious of them and jealous of them and want to take it from them. One phrase that could be explanatory would, of course, be, excuse me, self-centeredness. I am, of course, a center to and for my own self. My life is my life. My pains are my pains. My pleasures are my pleasures. My stomach is my stomach. And when it's empty, I feel that, not you. And when it's full, I also feel that. My lungs are my lungs. And if air doesn't go into them, I feel that. And if the air does go in, I also feel that, hopefully. And so forth and so on. I'm the center. It's my bank account. It's my vehicle if I have one. It's my phone if I have one. It's the clothing on my back if I have any clothing, right? Or a back. It's basically me and my life. So clearly, I'm centered on myself, and everybody else is a satellite to me at best. That is, if I know them. That is what it is. That's obviously a universal, perennial fact. Needless to say, it's not because of the times or nowadays. That's the character of the human condition. Today, yesterday, and all the other days. Now, with that said, we can ask, is it possible to, at all, work on that self-centeredness? And would that be to our benefit? The problem with self-centeredness of this sort would be that I'm narrowed down to the little self, such as is my center. I mean, it is my stomach and my lungs and my bank account and my job or lack thereof and my emotions, good or bad, and my desires and my hopes and my hatreds and so forth. And yet, there's a good chance that that is all that there is. And being that that is all that there is, that is not always so fun. If I feel like I'm winning, if I feel like I'm on top of the world or I'm moving in that direction, it can be fun. It can feel good. But with that high comes the low. When I see that there's always somebody ahead, and when I think of my limitations, and when I think of my mortality, and when I think of my smallness, then there's a low. So this life of self-centeredness, it's highs if I feel victorious, either personally or by way of the interest that I have projected myself concerning which, for example, a political party. Right? If I feel good physically, if I feel good emotionally, it's highs, but then it's lows and it's highs and it's lows. And that's not really necessarily befitting the dignity of a human life. So, what then is befitting the dignity of a human life? That, whatever it is, would probably certainly be predicated on reducing that self-centeredness. Now, that's a huge topic in and of its own self, but to keep it focused to the present theme, we would say that one great way to reduce that self-centeredness is to begin to value other selves, just as we value our own. Easier said than done, but at least acknowledge the desirability of that. Look at other people's accomplishments with the same pair of spectacles that I look at my own accomplishments with. Give people credit, as much credit as I give myself. Respect what other people do, just as if I was doing it. If it's bad, then don't respect it, just as I wouldn't respect it myself. But if it's good, respect it. Cherish, or at least appreciate, or at least acknowledge the desirability of appreciating values that are diverse from my own. For example, a value that I am good at is beauty. Let's say I'm an artist, right? But I'm not so naturally appreciative of truth as a scholar might be or a scientist might be. I can either say only my value counts and yours doesn't, or I can grant that no, your value counts as well. And from your perspective, it's just as important to you as my value is to me. Right? So that kind of thing, trying to give everybody their due credit, that can go such a long way towards alleviating and softening up that self-centeredness. How do we do it? Again, easier said than done, but we can try to be intentional about it. So, for example, let's say that I hear of somebody succeeding. Normally, I simply think of them as a thing, unless it's somebody that directly reflects on me. A child that I'm not envious of, a family member that I'm not envious of. Unfortunately, sometimes what feels the worst is exactly when our family members succeed. Oh, my brother or sister succeeded. Oh, my goodness, they're better than me. Horrible, but that's just how it is. But here, I would try to not consider the person as a thing and their accomplishments as just kind of a given. I would say, what if I was that person? What if I was the big boss, or was earning that amount of money, or was living in that nice place, or had a beautiful family life? Even if I personally don't, what if I did? Now perhaps I can appreciate it. What if I looked as good as that person? That would be cool, right? Let me appreciate that. Let me be happy for that person. What if I was as intelligent as that person? Let me appreciate it. That's a real person as well. Everybody is a center to themselves. To me, everybody is a satellite. Admittedly, I'm the center, as my body, my mind, my psyche, again, my desires, my dreams. But that's the case for everybody. There's no greater center than another one. Right? No, only my center really counts. You know, somebody goes to a line, goes straight to the front. Why? Well, because I'm me and you're not. No, that's bogus. Everybody in the line has their place, unless they have a special ticket or something, paid extra to go to the front, maybe the amusement park. Right? So everybody's a center. And by appreciating the fact that everybody is a center, not just me, by appreciating accomplishments wherever they be found, whatever center they be found in, by appreciating genuine values wherever they be found and whoever has them, that can again go so much in the direction, or go such a long way, should we say, in the direction of me reducing that self-centeredness of mine. And of course, reducing that self-centeredness is the way to lead a life that befits the dignity of a human being and can permit us to have true happiness and well-being. So, worth considering. Thank you for listening.